See me?
No.
Right. Okay, so for everybody on the call, my name's Dan Aldridge. I've been in the business for 15 years. I'm a senior sales coordinator. That probably means nothing to a lot of you at the moment, but I'm very, very honoured and privileged to have Mr. John Hollowaty on the call, which I'm going to introduce to you now. This guy was someone that I actually stumbled across at my first event. I was in Alex Webb's hotel room and just waiting for him to go down to dinner, and John walked in and I had no idea who this guy was. I had heard things and I heard rumours that this guy was the top guy in the business, and 15 months later, here we are on a business meeting with him, and I've got the honour of speaking to you guys with him today. So I'm going to hand over to you, John, if you're unmuted on here somewhere. I can't see you. But John, if you could just start with your short introduction and your short story, mate, and we can go from there, if that's all right.
Yeah, nice one, man. Thanks for the intro as well. I think everyone needs to mute the call as well because there's a bit of interference before. Someone was rapping on it, I think, or having a domestic. Let's just check if everyone's muted. I can still hear a little bit of... Peggy Mitchell dies tonight on EastEnders. I can hear that going on in the background. No, that's it. Everyone's muted. Yeah, nice one, man. Thanks for having us on the call, and I'm honoured as well to jump on and help you guys with your futures and where you're going with this amazing business. So, what was the question again? What did you want me to do?
I just wanted to give people a bit of background story of where you came from and how you got introduced to the business, mate.
Yeah, cool. So, wow, it's mad, really. Like 5.5 years ago, I was personal training in a gym. I got involved in personal training to travel more and, do more cool things and work with top people and athletes and all that kind of stuff. And I had these big dreams of working for a professional football club and being a sports science strength and conditioning coach. And that's what my degree was in, sports science. So when I started personal training, I kind of noticed a few things about the business, which was turning out, it wasn't what it was said on the tin. We were pitched like 50 grand a year, work your own hours, etc., etc. And I was working pretty much 60, 70, 80 hours a week sometimes, like ridiculous amounts of hours. It was just crazy. And, for me to do that job for the rest of my life, I had to find something else. I had to find another way. I had to kind of find a way to leverage my time. I didn't know what was out there, and I didn't know what network marketing was. I didn't know anything about this kind of stuff. I certainly didn't know what Juice Plus was. So I started to research and look for things, and I actually applied for a job at Technogym because I thought I can sell personal training, then I can sell gym equipment. It kind of fits in with the same thing. So, I'm a big believer in the universe, and I kind of put out there that I was looking for something. Then weirdly enough, an old school friend messaged me on Facebook. He said, I want to be a PT. Can we meet up? Can we have a beer? Can you talk to me about, personal training, etc., etc.? So I was like, yeah, man, no worries. We'll meet up. Met up with him. Told him everything I knew about personal training. I was doing all right in it, but I was just sick of working weekends and working till like 10 o'clock at night, never getting a holiday and all that kind of stuff. And I just didn't see, it was a short-term thing for me, to be honest with you. So when he told me about Juice Plus, I was like, are you nuts? Like fruit and vegetables in a capsule, what are you talking about? You got to be kidding me, right? And I was so skeptical. And I see on Facebook all the time personal trainers digging Juice Plus. And, it's a shame really because they haven't really got educated on it. They haven't really understood the product. They've just probably seen somebody post about it on Facebook and they've made a prejudgment about it, just like I did. I jumped straight on it. I was like, what are you talking about? Fruit and vegetables in a capsule? Like, it's not astronaut food, is it? I said, I'll go away and I'll tell you how bad it is. I'm going to research it for you. Said, I've got a degree in sports science. This can't be any good. So I went away that night. I looked into the product and it just made total sense to me. It was like, what's there not to get? Like the fruit, the veg, or the capsule. For me, I didn't understand the capsule. It was like, I don't know how you get all that stuff into that little thing. Like, how does that happen? So when I watched the video on how it was made, that kind of blew me away, and it just made total sense from there on in. Now, coming from a sports science background, I was like, okay, so the concept of the product makes total sense. Like me as a PT, I've got a nutrition gap. I've trained thousands and thousands of people. I've never met anybody, whether it's athletes, celebrities, mums, you know, teenagers, whatever, who haven't got a nutrition gap. Everybody needs to eat more fruit and vegetables. And anybody that tells you that they're getting 30 fruit and vegetables, raw, ripe, you know, and variety are bullshitting. Do you know what I mean? You can't get all that every single day. You know, when did you last have papaya? You know, I don't know. I can't remember. Artichoke leaves, you know, bilberries. Like bilberries, that sounds like something from Lord of the Rings. Do you know what I mean? But we know they're good for you, right? So when I saw the products and the concepts of it and all that nutrients getting into your bloodstream every single day, day after day after day after day after day, just made total sense to me. And then I looked at the scientific research, and again, just totally blown away by that too. You know, the science is there, and this isn't a replacement for fruit and vegetables. No one's ever said it is. It's just that people see it on Facebook and they try and have a dig at it when they don't fully understand it. This is as well as fruit and veg. Like I've just eaten tonight, I've just had loads of sweet potato, loads of broccoli, loads of kale. You know, that's what I've had with a chicken salad for my tea. And it's like, of course we eat fruit and vegetables. It's just that we know we don't get enough fruit and veg. That's why we have these. You know, it's as simple as that. So every morning I get up, I take my 6 capsules every single morning with a pint of water. And, you know, like, let me really dumb it down for you. Like, make it as simple as this. If you go into any doctor's surgery in the world, in every country in the world, and you pick up a leaflet on cancer, heart disease, strokes, diabetes, arthritis, osteoporosis, all these horrible diseases that are on the increase, every single leaflet will say, to reduce your chances or to prevent getting these diseases, eat more fruit and vegetables, drink more water, and exercise more. Every single leaflet will say that. So if I get up in the morning and I have a pint of water and I take 30 fruit and vegetables, the essence of 30 fruit and vegetables, I know I'm starting my day with 2 out of the 3 of the things for £2 a day. It's like absolute, you know, it's a joke how cheap this product is. A punnet of strawberries is like £4.50. So product-wise, just made sense. I was buying protein shakes anyway, so I thought, why not switch to from dairy products to plant protein? That was the easiest decision to make. And just go on Google and research the negative impacts of dairy products, and you will see an article on there which will mean you, when you read it, you will never take dairy products ever again when you know what goes into milk. Animals' milk is so bad for you. It's a joke. So switching to plant protein was a no-brainer. I also love the child health study. Just seemed like a really cool company to kind of, you know, put alongside my brand, put alongside the John Hollowaty personal trainer brand, because as a PT, I would never sell products to my clients that I didn't believe in myself. So I started using it myself. I've been taking it for 5.5 years now. I'll take it for the rest of my life. And my mum was my first customer. So you don't sell your mum any old rubbish. You might sell your dad rubbish, but not your mum, right? So yeah, my mum still takes the product now. She works in a primary school. Obviously, there's a lot of germs floating around those places, and she's not had a cold since she's been taking Juice Plus. So again, strengthening the immune system. Business-wise, just made sense again to me. Like, who doesn't want to earn a little bit more money from helping people? Like, the product is fruit and vegetables in a capsule. The business is earn a little bit more money by helping people. And that's how simple the business is. It's risk-free, you know, no stock, no investment, no bank loans. Some guys just pitched me today on Facebook and said, I'm looking for some investment in my company. I've got this amazing idea. Can you give me 10 grand for it? It's like, you know what? Where have you got to get, when people are starting, where do you get the 10 grand from? Like, if you want to start up your own business, I started up my own gym. I ended up spending 35 grand on it. This is 50 quid to join. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. So started off in the business 5.5 years ago, didn't have a clue what I was doing with it, made a load of mistakes. Luckily, I had some great mentors and some people that could show me the way, and a proven system that it could be done. It was just that we were doing it the wrong way at the start. And the beauty of this business is, like, you've just got to give it a go. Just try it, and eventually you'll find the right answers. You'll never, ever fail unless you quit. And after year one, I think I made £1,000. And then as I worked my way up through, I've obviously made over £1 million now in earnings. And, you know, I'm not saying everyone on this call will earn £1 million from it, but you all can. That's the difference. Not everybody will, but you all can. And I know there's some people on this call that will earn over £1 million in commission. So it's there for you. Like, that's it. The only variable is hard work. And I've always been, if it's something like, I'm lazy, like I'm really lazy. If it's something that I hate, if it's something that I love, I'll work my ass off on it. And I love this business, and I love the people, and I love the product. So, you know, the best part about it is you get to have loads of fun and you get to work with your mates.
Brilliant, mate. Okay, so moving on, you literally answered nearly all my questions there, but I want to go on in terms of throughout your 5 years in the business so far, at what point did you start seeing some success? Like, was it straight away? Did you struggle? Was it a smooth sort of curve straight to success? What was your journey like, mate?
Yeah, I mean, when I started, like I said, we didn't really know what we were doing. There was a system that had been brought over from America for people in the UK to use, and it was just, I don't know, it just didn't click with us. There was no movement in it. There was no speed. It was all about kind of health, selling health. And, you know, let's face it, when you're a young lad, like when I joined, I was, you know, I'm still a young lad now, but, you know, when I joined, I was younger, and I was like, no one's into health. Why are we trying to sell health? What we should be marketing is beauty, experience, and nutrition, weight loss, you know, muscle tone, the thing that people want. So when we started marketing that rather than health, we started to see a slight change in the business. And then once we made a few tweaks and we started to get it moving, and before and after pictures were coming out of people using the products and doing the programs, and we got the support groups set up, it went from, you know, 5 customers a month to 1,000 customers a month. It went from 1,000 customers a month to 10,000 customers a month. It went from 10,000 customers a month to 40,000 customers a month. And it just started to grow and grow and grow because the product works. Like, we did 40,000 orders last month. We broke a record, 44,000 I think we did. We broke our record. That was new customers. If a product was rubbish, you wouldn't be getting 43,000 people buying it. Like, it has to be a good product for people to, you know, for 43,000 people to buy it. And it works. It does work. It does exactly what it says. And if you follow the program and you stick to the rules that the mentors give you and you discipline with it, you will get some great results.
Great. So I know you touched on earlier about the laws of the universe. This is something that I love. And for those guys on the call that aren't really into self-development and stuff, I've seen you mention about a fake bank statement you did once. Do you want to tell the guys on the call like what that was all about?
Yeah, so this is pretty crazy. I read a book called The Secret, and in that book they talk about this couple that did a fake bank statement. And then I later found out that Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million for actor services rendered to himself. And he carried it in his wallet for like 6 or 7 years. And there's actually an interview with him with Oprah Winfrey on this, if you want to check it out on YouTube. And I was like, well, if it can work for Jim Carrey, it can work for me. It's got to be worth a try, right? So what I did is I did a fake bank statement and I put it on my vision board, which was at the bottom of my bed. At my mum and dad's house, and my mum used to go mad, like, what are all these pieces of paper? Why have you got all this shit lying around? Like, it's a joke. Like, just tidy your room, John. And I was like, no, this is my future. You won't be saying it when it comes true. And the bank statement was up there for 2.5 years. And the bottom line of the balance was £100,000. And the thing that I put in there was a commission check for £45,000 commission paid to me by Juice Plus. And at the time when I did it, I was probably earning about $1,000 a month. But I believed that it would come true. And I just knew if you really, really focus on one thing, don't get distracted by anything and just go after it day after day after day after day, it will come. I don't know another business where you can earn the sort of money that is on the table for us guys on this call. You ain't earning this money working at Tesco's, McDonald's, KFC. You ain't earning this if you're a lawyer. Do you know what I mean? You ain't earning it if you're a personal trainer. The money on offer from our company is off the charts. And I just knew that money was mine. It was waiting for me. And there was a big piece of cake going around. And I wanted as big a slice of it as I could get. And I just went to work, you know, and it didn't happen overnight. But the weird thing was, and the presentation I think is on YouTube somewhere where I talk about this statement, and it actually came true. 1 month I earned £99,700. That was including a big bonus from the company and my commission check. So my bank balance that month tipped over £100,000. And then the following month, I got a check from the company, which was commission only, for £45,000 in cash. And it was just like, holy shit, this thing's come true. Like, so that vision board was so key to my success, because it wasn't about waiting and wishing and hoping. It was about putting it up there, going, this is what I want. And I'm going to keep taking a step day after day after day after day until I get there. And I knew it was going to come because I'd seen other people that were doing it. And if other people can do it, then I can do it. I mean, you guys looking at this call, like, look at the state of me, look at the state of the air. It's an absolute joke. So I'm just a normal guy. I'm nothing special. I just made a special effort. I went to work. I believed in the products, and I'm willing to work. No one can outwork me. That's my philosophy. You might be smarter than me. You might be better looking. You might be taller. You might have more opportunities than me. But one thing you will never, ever do, you will never outwork me. You might work as hard as me, but you ain't outworking me, because if I find someone's outworking me, I step my game up another level, and I'll always be the hardest working person in your team. And that way you'll always succeed.
Amazing. So we're actually really lucky to have you in the country, John, because every time I see you on Facebook, you're jetting off everywhere. So what's the actual company done for you in terms of traveling the world?
Yeah, I mean, there might be some guy. I'm always reluctant to talk about traveling, because in my heart, it's something that I love doing. And then when I've mentioned it before, people are like, oh, no, I wouldn't like that. And I'm like, oh, right, okay. So I just love traveling. I love seeing new places. I love getting away. I love just doing cool shit, like getting away for a week every month. Like we've kind of been drummed into us by society that you've got to have 2 weeks holiday a year and a week off at Christmas, and that's it. Like, I have this philosophy. I want to be my own boss. I want to get paid in my sleep. I want to travel if I want to travel. If I want to stay at home, I stay at home. So this year already, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Spain 3 times, I've been to Morocco, I've been to Los Angeles, I've been to Vegas, I've been to Arizona, I've been to San Antonio in Texas. I've done more in the last probably 6 months than some people do in 6 years. It's crazy. But once you leverage money and time, and you understand the difference between linear and residual income, you can flourish. Because if you can find a system or a business model that allows you to get paid whether you work or not, if you really want to have a freedom lifestyle choice and be able to earn money and spend time with your kids and work from home and work from the beach, you need to find a vehicle that allows you to get paid whether you work or not. I've done nothing for the last 2 weeks. I've been paid every single day. I get paid over £1,000 a day, even when I take a day off. And that's the crazy thing. And, I know a lot of you probably can't see the big money, and it isn't really about the big money, actually. It was about the small money for me, because I knew £1,000 a month would dramatically change my life. £1,000 a month was an extra £12,000 a year. And what it does, it gives you that freedom to go, you know what, I am going to take the weekend off. I am going to finish a little bit earlier and spend some time with my family. I can have that extra holiday. I can go and buy that Mercedes if I want to. And that's what an extra grand a month does. So I know a lot of you guys are probably excited about big bucks and, you know, MTV Cribs lifestyle and all that kind of stuff. But let me assure you, if you just focus, your very first goal is 500 a month. Once you get to 500 a month, step it up to 1,000 a month. Once you get to 1,000 a month, go for 2,000 a month. And that's all I did. I got to 500 a month. And then it was like, right, if I can get to 500 a month, all I've got to do is what I did again and get to 1,000. And then if I do it again, I'll get to 1,500 and 2,000. And it just started to grow. And you know what? It's all effort related. It always is effort related. And Alex has told me this at the beginning. The harder you work, the luckier you'll get. You know, the more people you speak to, the more chance you've got of a diamond falling into your business. And, you know, what's crazy is there's an event going on this weekend in Birmingham, and there's 400 people going. And I would probably say 98% of those people are in my business. I'm not even going to be there. That means that my business is growing with or without me, whether I'm here, whether I'm in Thailand, whether I'm in LA, whether I'm in Mars. Do you know what I mean? It don't really make a difference. And that's the beauty of it. And the best thing is we're just getting started. It's like this opportunity is just kicking off in the UK. You know, it's kind of been an underground movement, but we're not even at 1% of the population of the UK yet using the product. So it's a great time to get involved.
Amazing. I keep like watching you thinking I'm just a viewer, but then I realise I've got to ask you questions. I start panicking. So this is a question that I ask all of the sort of top earners when I get them on the Zoom. If you were to start again, right? So this is something that they ask on the MLM Nation podcast, which is if they were to put you in a box, pick you up and put you in another country and you had 0 contacts, but all you had was your own knowledge, skills and wisdom, what would you do first to start again and rebuild your business?
It's a great question, and I'm actually on that podcast very soon as well.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Look out for it. So I won't need to answer that one when you ask me, right? Yeah, so for me, the first thing I would do is I would get on Facebook. I would make sure my profile was looking really, really clean. And I would build a network. Like the 3 things that you've got to do in this business. Number 1, if you've not got a network, you need to build a network. How do you build a network? Number 1, you've got to be really attractive. Now, I don't mean you've got to be physically attractive. I mean, your Facebook profile's got to be really attractive. Your Facebook page has got to be attractive. People have got to look at it and go, right, I want to stay on here. I want to have a little nosy. I want to see what they're doing. If your Facebook profile's full of you falling out of a taxi with no clothes on, spewing up outside nightclubs, you know, getting wrecked, looking like you're, you know, on all sorts of kinds of drugs, then people aren't going to want to associate with that. They don't want to be a part of that. And do you want those sort of people in your business? So you've got to make sure your profile is really, really looking sweet. And the stuff that should be on there has got to be attractive. It's got to be motivational. It's got to be inspirational. It's got to be about health, nutrition. I wouldn't necessarily spam about Juice Plus either, because that does a lot of people's heads in. So I'd probably create a brand, and you know, a lot of people are doing this now, which is working really, really well. Human beings love to be a part of something that's bigger than them. So if you create a team, if you create a movement, if you create a philosophy behind the movement, people will start to come to that. The other thing that you've got to do is build your network by adding new people. So who do you want in your business? Where are those guys hanging out on Facebook? Where can you find them? Go and add them and, you know, network with them. If, for example, if you want a load of mums in your business, go on Angelina Jolie's Facebook page, see the latest picture she put up. I bet it's about kids. And then everybody that's liked it, they're all mums. And they're all potential people to network with. If someone's commented on the picture, add them, message them. Hey, loved your comment on the Angelina thing. What's your story? Blah, blah, blah. Build a relationship and away you go. And the final thing I would do is I would have a strict DMO which I would follow day after day after day after day. What you find with this business is people do this, they go at it for a little bit, then they get distracted and they flatline, and then the business drops, and then they go at it again, and then they flatline, and then the business drops. So all they end up doing is, if you level it out, they have a business that does that. You want a business that's going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So you've got to keep working it and working it and working it day after day after day after day. Like, if you want to get in great shape at the gym, it's not necessarily about changing your program every single day and doing different exercises every single day. If you want to lose weight, you could do the same workout every single day and eat clean every single day, eat the same foods every single day, and you would get phenomenal results. It's the same thing with this business. It's only 3 or 4 key things that you need to do day after day after day after day, day in, day out, day in, day out. And if you do that, your business will grow. Where a lot of people go wrong is they get really excited. They come back from an event and they go at it for like 4 days. And the weekend comes, they go out on the lash, they get hungover, and they're starting again from scratch on Monday. And, you know, for me, I gave up drinking alcohol because that was the thing that was slowing down my business, and it was stopping me from getting where I wanted to be. And I remember someone said to me, if you're going to look back if you're not careful and go, I could have been a really big success in this, but I kept getting distracted by little things. And Jim Rohn talks about it all the time. Little things cheat people out of big opportunities all the time. There's people that haven't come on this call tonight because they've decided to go to the pub, or the weather's nice, so they've gone to the beer garden, or they're watching a football match instead, or they're watching EastEnders instead. It's like, people let little things cheat them out of big opportunities. Don't be one of them people. Make sure you stay consistent. And yeah, that's what I would do if I was to start all over again. It'd be build a Facebook network, be really consistent day after day, and then take action. Like, we only get paid for done. We don't get paid for thinking about it, sort of doing it a little bit and then stopping. We get paid for like completion. It has to be done. You know, Alex used to say to me, don't drop the ball. Right, you've got to SC now. Don't drop the ball. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Next position, next position. And I got a little bit arrogant with it. I remember when I got a QNMD certificate at an event, and one of the NMDs come running after me, and he was like, John, you've left your QNMD certificate behind. I was like, yeah, I know, I did it on purpose. That's not the one that's important to me. The one that's important is the one that I've not got yet. And that's where I went with it. So yeah, be totally focused, totally disciplined, and avoid all distractions.
Great. So the thing that I like about this business the most, and to be fair, Alex might actually be on this call, so be aware he could be sneaking around somewhere. But in terms of mentorship and success in this business, for me, I mean, we've got the same mentors, Alex. Like, how helpful is that, and how does it compare to normal jobs in terms of your success?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you a story about Al, and you know, this relationship that me and Alex have got is it's very, very deep on more of a business level, more than a business level, should I say. You know, this is a friendship that we've created over 5.5 years now, and Al's probably going, he's going to make me cry in a minute. But yeah, we become so close. Like, I call him my dad from Jamaica. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because in life, you've got to have someone to believe in you. Like, somebody's got to believe in you more than you believe in yourself sometimes. And Alex was that person for me. When I met him the first ever time, I saw him at the event and I thought, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm going to speak to him at the end. And I said, I've earned 16 quid from this business so far. Can you make any real money in this? And he went, give me your phone number. I'll ring you on Monday and we'll work together for 90 days. And that's what we did. And I got really excited one day. I'd earned 350 quid. And I rang him up and I went, I've done it, 350 quid. Can you believe it? I'm well excited. He went, that's shit, that. You need to be earning more than this. So he kept pushing me and kept building. And, you know, we did it together. We did it as a team. And, you know, it was all about friendship for me. If I didn't like Alex, I could never have worked with him in a million years. It was friend first, business second. And I would advise anybody on the call to build your business that way. Build it on relationships, build it on results. You know, your job is to build relationships and then help your people get results. This business isn't that difficult, but now and again, people need an arm around the shoulder. Now and again, people need a bit of truth. Like, hey, you keep telling me that you're doing it, but are you doing it? You know, you keep telling me that you're trying, but are you really trying? Could you do any more? You know, sometimes they need an arm around the shoulder, a pick me up when they've had a no, or the best friend tells them it's a scam or whatever. But yeah, that's what Alex did for me. And you guys are so lucky that you've got him as your upline as well, because you've got the best guy with the most experience. And whether it's Facebook or 1985 and you're building this business, the philosophy is what drives it, nothing else. It's just that Facebook makes it so much easier as a tool to network. But the philosophy that runs through your business, your caring, you know, looking after other people, caring for your team more than you check, that's what's going to take you to the next level. There's people in my business that have not earned money yet, and I've probably spent more money on helping them than they've made me back. But it doesn't matter. I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it to help them get to the top. And you know, when you believe in somebody that much that it hurts, that you want it for them that much that it hurts, that's when you know they're the people that you'll jump out of bed for in the morning. You'll do a call for them at 12 o'clock at night if they ask you to. You know, you'll drive round to the house and do a meeting. I always work with the workers, and Alex said to me, if you give me 10%, I'll give you 10%. If you give me 100%, I'll move in with you. And we used to speak to each other probably 5 or 6 times a day when I was building. And now you can do that on WhatsApp. You know, I tell my guys, just WhatsApp me. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you know, when I tell you to do something, let me know you've done it. And then we know it's done, then you're accountable. And yeah, the best thing is you've got the top guy there looking after you. And I know you guys have got a phenomenal team and you're on the move. So keep up the good work.
Cheers, John. Appreciate it, mate. So just to wrap things up and close things off, there's people watching this call right now who will be completely new. They won't have a clue what to do and how to do it. What would be the first 3 tips of advice you would give to someone who's thinking about doing it and wants to maybe set a few feelers out and, you know, see if it's for them? What do you think the top 3 things would be?
You know, for me, number 1 is I wouldn't post about the product. And I wouldn't post about joining the business. I would create some intrigue on your Facebook, like just come off an amazing call, so excited for what's going to happen next. Stay tuned, folks. So what that does is it puts everyone on alert that, wow, I wonder what this is about. And people are nosy, right? I've got people join my team that never like my Facebook stuff, and then they message me out of the blue and they're like, I've seen what you're doing, I want in. So just create that intrigue. Go away, do a vision board. Like, what do you want to do in 90 days? What do you want to earn? What position do you want to hit? You know, what sort of money do you want to be making? What do you want to be making in a year's time? What do you want to be making in 5 years' time? Where do you want to live? And get really deep with it. Put on your favorite album and just get hyped, because your life, you know, whether you guys who are on this call get involved in this business or not, doesn't really matter. But your life is a blank canvas. Like, you can literally paint whatever picture you want. You might not even be interested in this. It's totally fine. You might want to be an actor or a musician or whatever. But if that's what you want to be, draw it out and go for it. Like, make sure 100% that you've got a vision board and you timeline it. Where do you want to be? When do you want to get there? The other thing that I would say is write a list. Like, you are nothing without your list. So, you know, in our business, if you've no list, that's like being a builder without any bricks. You cannot build a business unless you've done your list. And go through your list. You want to be using Facebook. You want to be using the memory jogger that's on teamrhinotv.com, or just Google it, memory jogger. And you'll be able to find so many people that are in your network that you can actually approach about the business and you can talk to them about. And then the next thing is, I would join a brand or create a brand. So you guys have probably already got your own brand. So when you're new, you will join that brand That's what you start posting about. That's what you start blogging about. Order the product, get on the product. If you're not on the product, you can't build a business. Why do you think Mercedes-Benz car salesmen get given Mercedes-Benz? You know, they don't get given Minis or Clios to drive. They get given a great car to drive. So when they meet the people that are interested, they can talk to them about the product. They can share the experience. You've got to be on the products, get on all the products, get a product story, and start to blog about your journey without mentioning the product name. Mention the brand name. And if you do that, you'll start to create a lot of intrigue. People will ask you questions, start to build your network, and then just go through the numbers. The other key thing I would say is listen to Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business, and be aware the memory jogger. So there's a memory jogger. If you just put in Google network marketing memory jogger, it'll just come up. It helps you kind of remember who you know. The other thing I would just say is be aware that a lot of people aren't going to get it yet. So a lot of people aren't going to understand what you're doing yet. They're not going to understand why you're doing it. But just don't let anybody bully you from getting your dreams. There's a lot of bullies out there. You know, there's somebody posting negative stuff last night about what we do. And all that does, by the way, is it fuels us. You know, it doesn't prevent us from doing anything. It drives us on even more. And what I would say is Man United have more supporters than anybody else on the planet, but they also have probably as many haters as any other team on the planet. So you're always going to get haters when you're being successful or when you're trying something new. So just be aware of that. It's totally, totally natural. You're not on your own with it. Everybody said that I was brainwashed. I was joining a cult. You know, it was a pyramid scheme. It was a scam. It was illegal. I was going to get arrested, all that kind of shit. But you know what? I believed in the people that were around me. I believed in the products and I believed in the business opportunity. And when you've got unshakable belief, nobody can steal your dreams from you, nobody at all. So that would be my final thing really going forward. And get over to my page as well, Network Marketing Revolution John Hollowaty. That's my page. I put inspirational quotes up every couple of days. If you want to get my emails as well, that's johnhollowatymentors.com. And I just throw out like mad ramblings and stuff. And, you know, if it helps one person on this call be NMD or PMD, then it was worth doing. So, yeah, there you go, man.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, those emails are amazing. I copy and paste them into my team chat every day. So it's definitely helping us, mate. So, yeah, thank you for them. So in closing, guys, just want to say thanks to you, mate, really, John, for getting on and giving us your time. This is recorded, so I'm going to put this on YouTube, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course, mate. No sweat.
Cool. So anyone that missed the call can watch it back. You can show your potentials and team members too. And apart from that, guys, thanks for getting on and see you later.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Peace.